The second thing that we'll talk about is the second step is creating your offer. And what I have found a lot of success in is in really creating an offer that is different from everybody else. And there is a book called The Blue Ocean Strategy, and some of you guys have heard of it. But essentially the concept is pretty simple, and it's that when most marketers come into a niche, they see people running Facebook ads and they go, oh my goodness, all these people are making all this money, so let me go start, running Facebook ads. Let me go in and start selling Facebook ads too. But the problem is that if you go in, not only are you competing with all of those people, now you have to not only compete with their actual skills, you have to compete with their brand, their testimonials, their reviews, all of that stuff. And furthermore, what happens is that most businesses, they are looking for a business that specializes in what they do, right? Not like in what you do, like what they do. When we were working with real estate agents for a really long time, like one reason why we continued to do so well after a while was because we were like known as the chatbot people for real estate agents. Like we had a ton of people who would just find us and message us out of the blue because there were people who were already running Facebook ads for real estate agents. There were people already doing websites for real estate agents. There were people already doing SEO. There were people already doing all these things for real estate agents, but we realized that no one was doing chatbots for real estate agents. So that's why we found that kind of space, and we got lucky because we were willing to be one of the first providers in that space. Now a bunch of people jumped into it, and we've made other decisions about that industry. But my point is that because we decided to say, we struggled at the beginning by just saying, oh, we're a Facebook ad agency, we're like a marketing agency. There's a ton of Facebook ad agencies, there's a ton of marketing agencies, there's a ton of web design. So the more that you can hone in on what your offer actually is, the better you're gonna fare. Now, I would encourage you to go in and hone in even more within that niche, right? So within website design, what do you do? What do you specialize in? Are you very affordable, right? Are you very technology oriented? Are you very quick, right? Like what I try and do is you can't be like all three, right? There's cheap, like there's good and there's quick, right? There's cheap, there's good, and there's quick. Let's not say cheap. Let's say affordable, let's say quality, and let's say efficient, right? There's three things: affordable, quality, and efficient. You can be a lot of like it's almost impossible, right, to do all three of them. I've had a conversation with a billionaire over this, and he's like, if you want to grow, right? He was the founder of Priceline, right? Who I had a conversation about this with, and he said, if you want to grow to 7 figures, right? You want to grow to 8 figures, which is what their company eventually sold for, then you need to be the best of 2 of those things. It's very hard to be, like almost impossible to be 3. Everybody can be 1, but if you can be the really, really quality, or really, and within quality, like especially within what we do, there's tons of ways to be quality, right? Are you quality on your design? Are you quality on your results? Are you quality on, whatever it is, right? Like you've got to really kind of match up how you can be unique and how you can be special. It's much better, especially in the agency world, to be a big fish in a smaller pond, especially when you're starting, right? Now, some of you guys who have 100, 200 clients already, okay, well, go jump into a bigger pond. But my point is that the way that you're going to start to generate a business that starts to grow by itself, and you start to get those people who are now coming to you, that's because you really hone in on something that you specialize in. So that's the first thing that I would say. The second thing that I would say, though, is don't be afraid. On the contrary, on the exact opposite, don't be afraid to stack your offer with all of these other things. Because yes, we sold chatbots, but the beautiful thing was about when we sold chatbots, we were like, yes, we sold chatbots, But we're also going to build you a Facebook ad. We're also going to build you a website. We're also going to automate it and connect all these integrations. And we're going to do, you know, we were kind of experimenting and playing around with text in bulk and IVRs and stuff. So we're like, yeah, we're a chatbot agency, but in our offer, you also get this, 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 and this. And so when businesses were thinking about like us, they weren't thinking, oh my goodness, okay, I have a chatbot. Now what am I going to do with my chatbot? It's like they really saw it as a complete system. So you don't have to offer that at your base level, right? I had a really great conversation with Jim Park yesterday in our digital automation group. And he was talking about how, you know, really getting your foot in the door in terms of being a service provider with businesses, you're going to have a much better chance at having someone pay you $150, $200, $300 one time. You provide X amount of value at whatever kind of reasonable amount that makes sense, right? Given your time and, you know, your capacity and stuff like that. But the point is that after they pay you $300, they're much more likely to pay you $500 for doing something a little bit more. If you can actually prove your results, right? If you and this is speaking to that person who doesn't have all of those results in their back pocket to go, look at how great I am. Look at, I got this for this person. I did this for this person. I did this for this person. And if that's the case, then you just shine that on a light and you just bring that to every single business owner that you can. You turn that into a case study, and now people will naturally want you to do that for them. Well, my point is that if you don't have those, don't be afraid to kind of build in a value ladder where someone can pay you what they would consider a steal. But what it allows you to do is it allows you to break down that transaction barrier, so people are already used to paying you and they've gone from a prospect to a client, and it makes it much easier for them to ascend. So don't feel that even though you have all of these things and you're like, wow, Hector, in order to stack all of that stuff, in order to, you know, do a Facebook ad, a website, a blank, or whatever, you know, you're stacking your offer with, that's going to cost a lot of money. Okay, fine. Take one piece out of that, make that really reasonable, do that for them. And then naturally people are going to go, well, shit, you built this awesome website for me, Hector, but there's no one going to it. And you're like, well, the great thing is I can also do SEO or PPC or whatever, you know, Facebook ads, or you know, maybe you can't do it, but now you can say, well, awesome. Well, you know what, as part of our services, you know, we can connect you, right? Or we can get that set up for you, and you go and contract someone to do it for you, you know, white label. So my point is that you can splinter out part of your complete package and get people in on that. And that'll be kind of, you know, in the same way that Russell Brunson does his free plus shipping, or, you know, in the same way that you have a tripwire. Similarly for businesses, I would also encourage you to create some sort of tripwire so that you can get just more cash flow, more clients, and the whole works.